What's going on, brother? Sorry, I had mic turned down.
It's all good. It's all good.
Guess who decided to go get their podcasting rig set up?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I pulled out the Xenix Q1202, man.
Ooh. Fuck, I wish you weren't so busy, because we should do something.
Yeah, that's still on the table, and it looks like I'm going to be taking a couple weeks off between Christmas and New Year's. So you know what that means.
Cool.
I'm not taking a couple weeks off.
Cool. So you plan on starting up a podcast at all, or what?
No, I just figured your audience deserves a sexy radio voice.
That's
with
nice.
A sexy boom.
You do sound
so I just need to get the boom mic.
It is nice and booming right now. Today, what did I do today? I just got off of awesome Twitter Spaces I had earlier with this guy Ability, who's been hosting some pretty awesome spaces for kind of the Fantom NFT ecosystem. DeFi Dime.
Actually, I saw you hosting one just the other day, man.
I did host my first Twitter Spaces. It went really well. Got a little emotional at some point. The fun thing about Twitter Spaces is like, you never know where the conversation goes, right? Because you can have anybody all of a sudden stumble upon the fucking spaces, request to come in the chat, all of a sudden they're up on stage and the topic goes in a different direction.
Usually how the rabbit hole goes.
We
start off with something and then all of a sudden we're talking about aliens.
With you anyways, you know. It's awesome. It was a really good Twitter space. It's something that I definitely want to do more of. And then again, I didn't host it. I was just invited to be a part of it. But when I joined in, we were having a fucking real intense like mental health kind of talk in the space. DeFi Dino was there, and it was awesome. A guy, I already forget his name. Oh, Shez, who's a doctor, like a fucking serious doctor, who's recently got into the NFT space through CyberKongs. He jumped into the spaces, and we got talking psychedelics and psychedelic assisted therapy and NFT projects. A metaverse that is kind of, instead of being more gaming centric, but more like Zen healing centric, where like, instead of you finish up the 9 to 5, you come home, you throw on your VR headset and go into a gaming world, like you could actually go into a world that's about kind of healing, whether it be your soul or whatever, kind of the bigger, the deeper issues. So it was an awesome space.
It's good to hear, man.
Yeah, so I definitely want to get into shit like that more. To be honest, that's part of the reason I kind of took that break for a little bit, is I feel like of just doing the pure kind of AMAs with projects, it
wears on you.
Yeah, dude. One, I just feel like an unpaid shill. Two, it was just like, man, I want to talk conspiracies and I want to talk the spirituality and I want to talk all this different shit, because these are the passions that got me into this space in general.
Completely agree, man. And there's the thing: find your passion, run with it, man.
Right. You're right.
How many times am I going to tell you? Find your passion and run with it. And if you need help, I'm only one tweet away, man.
Yeah, I know. You're definitely somebody I want to talk DAO with. I don't know if you've
actually, speaking of that, I saw your Twitter.
You did?
You're looking for 3 pieces, right?
I am.
I may give you 3 pieces to throw in there.
Oh my gosh, that would be fucking awesome.
Well, it's going to be dev, so it's going to have a bunch of 1s and 0s on it, but...
Whatever. That's still cool as shit. No, that's actually really awesome. Because, so to... whoever's, I don't know who's in here, family cares, nice. DAO, to break down the idea, the initial 150 pieces are going to go to obviously the first kind of 50 or the 50 artists that participate, who are all kind of obviously handpicked. Nobody has obviously said no to this yet, which has been very awesome. Yeah, it's been awesome.
Speaking metaverses, right? Literally, I got goat roped into one, and it was kind of an idea, right? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then all of a sudden, they went all over the place, right? Because I mean, you know how when you throw the water balloon, it hits against the sidewall. Every single idea, and right there in the middle, that little spoke was me. I was like, yeah, we could do all this, but let's do this exactly like a water balloon hitting the wall. Everything's the loading zone. We can all go into our little, safe spaces or cubby holes for your game, this game, this game, this game. But let's make the loading zone something crazy.
Oh, oh, cool. Oh, that's a cool concept. So it's just like a fucking. It's almost like
Well, I mean, imagine this.
it's almost like a spawn zone. It's just like a fucking hectic
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
and then from there you part
Ready
off into
Player
your
One.
yeah.
Think Ready Player One. But I got pirate ships. I got bit daemons. I got some really random things that shouldn't be playing well together right there in that loading zone. So,
And this has been going on.
this has just been talks for the past 2-3 weeks. As I'm, obviously going into the holiday season. Thanksgiving was fun. I lost my office for a week, got my office back. But you know how it goes. People come in. Yeah, go ahead, fly in. Yeah, I'll go pick you up. Lose the office for a week, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's Thanksgiving. Who cares? Well, so I was doing some coding out in the living room, which is funny because I took my entire system out there. So I had a 32-inch screen in front of the TV screen, which is a 52. So I mean, I really looked like a professional DJ. Like I could have hooked the TV up. I had a surround system going. I actually brought the surround system back to the office, so that way, on this one I can actually hear you in 3D sound.
Nah, it's funny you say that. I seen a funny meme the other day. There was basically like this guy. It was the setup of the TV sitting on top of the Xbox, which was on top of the desktop computer, and then he just had a lawn chair set up, fucking cables everywhere, and then a laptop on his lap. But that was the whole like pro setup, and that was all that was in the room.
Well, I literally had to go to that setup this past week. Otherwise, I would have signed up and I would have done one, but you would have heard mass chaos before Thanksgiving.
That's funny. I see Golden just popped in here.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask. There's Golden was showing me some cool AI stuff.
Yeah, dude, you showed me some stuff too, man.
Yeah.
And it's neat shit.
I imagine that's got to be perking your interest a little bit. This AI aspect has got to be a little bit interesting from a developer standpoint.
You know what? I would rather have the AI do my hard work than me sitting back, literally filling out pixel by pixel what color needs to be what. But, I'm a programmer, so that kind of interests me a little bit more than actually, painting.
Right.
But, like you said, I'm a developer, man. I like the programming aspect over the artwork. But even though I get blown away by the artwork no matter what, it's just how it goes, man. Like, you sit back and you look at the technology boom that we've had just in the past decade. And it's insane, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah, this is what I find so interesting is like, someone with your skill set, there's obviously like so many different avenues to go. Crypto feels like the most lucrative, as well as like the most kind of innovative, and also like the most kind of potentially world changing. But I imagine like the AI, but then there's AI, which is like I can't underplay AI, and now AI is kind of coming into our space, making art for us now, which is fucking awesome. Dixon's even in here right now, who's got a AI Genesis. So they're running an AI project, which is spitting out fucking crazy shit.
Did he have the Portal ones? that you were showing off earlier
No,
on
so
Twitter?
that phantomized is the phantom gates, like those portal looking ones.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. So no, Dixon is AI Genesis, which is not minted
Okay,
yet. They're coming in the next few weeks.
sweet. Looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, so they got a kind of a cool. We just did an AMA with them actually. They got a cool mint setup where you're going to be able to, kind of like Golden was just fucking with me in the chat, where it's you get to request your word phrase. It's kind of like a custom mint,
Ah,
and then nobody else will be able to mint your word or phrase. And Dixon, what are you capping the supply at? 3,000 or was it 1,900?
We're doing 3,000.
3,000.
I think it's Fantom is doing 1,900.
Right. So 3,000. So you can imagine, like, there's a bit of an we were kind of talking about like the name value aspect to,
So no duplicates.
yeah,
Everything's worth.
so hold up. The first one to mint the password tinfoil wins, right?
right? Like, motherfucker's gonna, yeah. So I think that's a really cool aspect. So I'm interested to see what you think as a developer programmer that, I guess, like, how much have you dealt with AI so far?
I really haven't messed with AI outside of Python. Obviously, Python is one of the choice languages for AI programming. I was offered it. I kind of fumbled the football and was like, nah, I'd rather just kind of stay with crypto. So I went more the JavaScript route than Python. I think it's paid off dividends. I mean, look at me now. I kind of really enjoy being retired, even though I'm not really retired. But you hear something like what Dixon's talking about, and it's really awesome. It's really cutting edge, and I respect that so much. And you were talking about crypto being lucrative. I'm not in crypto because it's lucrative. I'm in crypto because it's underdeveloped. I want to see it take the next level. I think somebody put out on Twitter, and I retweeted it. Good morning to everybody except for the dude that created the name Web3. You had a perfect opportunity to make it W3B and failed. I was like, yeah, that's perfect. That would have been perfect.
Hilarious.
But
Yeah.
I
So I know the space is so underdeveloped. There's so, yeah, it's almost hard to. It feels like the space is developing very fast, right? But how do we keep up with the developers? Like, obviously, I mean, I know how busy you are. I know how busy all the developers in this space are. Meanwhile, like, we still have artists that are coming into this space. We still have enterprise projects that are entering this space. We like everything is going to be tokenized at some point. Where are we going? How do we get all these developers? Like, is there a way that we can start formulating some form of like an education platform,
collaboration or something like we got? I mean, we got our Scuba Steve chats. You'll see, like Solidity Development. That's a Scuba Steve chat. You'll see us there. But really, it's such a copy paste league with the tokenization. Everybody's on the 20s, right? 721's had a boom with crypto kitties. Obviously, we're in the waning phases of a NFT boom, right? GameFi is popular, but what's the future? That's what you got to kind of look at. I don't see DeFi being the future of crypto. I see goods and services being the future of crypto. So honestly, from my viewpoint, I can see services porting over to crypto, like say DoorDash or Pizza Hut, anywhere where you can pick up the phone, make an order, or do it through a web app. I see that as a future of crypto. Another thing I see in the future of crypto is all the blockchains are equal. Yeah, this one may be expensive to mint on, but 3 or 4 days later, it's dirt cheap. I can see that tidal wave going through all the chains. it just kind of cycles. So obviously you're going to probably have some DeFi left and some trading, but I see the digital dollar taking over. If anybody can ever agree on it, I see the digital yuan taking over. I can see Bitcoin still being Bitcoin, which is a value store. I can see Ethereum really maintaining its value because of it's Ethereum. It's the granddad. But when it comes down to the layer twos or the side chains, I literally look at all these values and they still have this issue with turning completeness. Most of these contracts that I write don't require turning completeness. I can do this via UTXO.
I don't know what that means.
Well, okay. Bitcoin, unspent transaction, right? That's what UTXO is.
Okay.
Basically, let's say you mine a block and you were there for the first 4 years. You mine a block, you're authorized to spend 50. Next 4 years, you're authorized to spend 25. As you transfer it, right, you get these unspent transaction amounts, right? Because you have a balance, but it's not spent. Ethereum does it via account basis, right? But it also has programming, so you can do turning completeness. So that means you don't have any random numbers. Everything has to have a final solution, and then it's, good. And then you also have gas fees and all this fun stuff. I don't see that as the future of crypto. I see the future of crypto is programming that can have turning incompleteness and turning completeness, depending on what type of project you want.
Okay. I wish.
Because random numbers, lotteries, think about it that way. I cannot do a lottery on a blockchain that's currently there now. Because it has to have a solution. I can't pull a random number and it's the random number. You see what I mean, though?
Oh, interesting.
So
that's-
all these lotteries, that's why VRF exists. That's why you hear pseudo rand. We say pseudo random number. That's what we mean. It is a random number, but it's not random because there's a solution to the problem. See what I mean?
So, and I guess it's impossible to add like verifiable randomness to all chains.
If you actually look, he's talking in voice chat. Let's see what we got there.
Oh.
Verifying randomness is available. Yes, that's what Chainlink VRF is. EM. Good question. But it's not a random number. It's a solved number. There's a way, and I think you'll see this in the future with next gen blockchains of you'll send two transactions. One would be the transaction. The second one would be the random number associated with that transaction. I can see that being a solution. But yet again, it's turning in completeness. So what do? You know what I mean?
Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Probably off topic. Why aren't more developers developing on Bitcoin? Why does it seem like
you know what?
Everybody wants to be developing
answer.
over here?
I will have a good answer for you on that January 17th, 18th, and 19th because the Bitcoin Miami conference is obviously a hop, skip, and a jump away from where I live.
Oh, right.
So I'll have more answers on that.
Right.
But I have seen a couple of layer twos for Bitcoin just recently. So is there development on Bitcoin? Yes, but it's not the way you think it is. The core programming's pretty much solved. It's good. It works because it's 10-minute blocks and it takes 6 minutes to confirm a transaction. You send me a Bitcoin. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's act like we're rich. You send me 1,000 Bitcoin. I send you 1,000 Bitcoin. It takes an hour to confirm it. That's why Litecoin came in existence. That's why you see Dogecoin. Those are forks. Well, Litecoin's a fork of Bitcoin, and Dogecoin is a fork of Litecoin, which is also a fork of Bitcoin. But just playing with that program, you can understand that it's pretty much solved. You can do a multi-sig. It's built into the blockchain. There's so many things that are already solved with it. I don't see much in development other than using it as a currency.
But
I mean,
that's
you
like,
remember...
but to me, like, that's massive. With the idea, because if we can use it as a currency, like, I don't
It should be
know of a better. Yeah, like I mean, again, when I break things down, like I'm a Bitcoin maxi at heart.
Okay, so you and I probably both read the white paper back in 2008.
I didn't read it in 2008. My first time reading it was probably 2013.
Yeah, but you.
But
read
I've got
the
it. I
original
literally
paper.
have it on my fucking underneath my desk.
Yeah, so do I. Well, you've seen my bookshelf. I got it sitting on my bookshelf, honestly. And reading through it, it all makes sense. It was all about hash cash and how to solve a puzzle and get paid for it. And it still is. And that's the heart of Bitcoin. Now, obviously, technology, we're now using, Ferraris instead of Yugos for computing power. But could Bitcoin turn into something, let's say, proof of stake with validators? Yeah, you can probably do that. But would it still be Bitcoin at the core of it? You see what I mean? Like, I sit back and I listen to Satoshi, right? And, I got to put it in, a Satoshi-like accent, which is about 7 different nations,
Yeah, yeah.
One of them's Canadian. One of them was American, obviously. I mean, you can tell the disdain for the housing market crash.
Right.
And the instantaneous knee-jerk reaction of writing Bitcoin. Probably one of the best things that ever came out of C++, but yet the creator of C++ says it is the worst program ever written in C++. So I guess that's a viewpoint. But, looking at the history of this program, why it was built, what it's there for, it's a beautiful program. I mean, do you think if you wrote something in 2009, 12 years later, it would be as popular as it is now?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, it blows me away. Like, that's what I find so interesting. It's like, why are we doing so much development over here? Because I know that's a big thing with like the Bitcoiners. Is like they basically, there isn't enough development. It's been slow in development because there's just not enough developers. Now we have this whole space that just has so many developers. I don't know. And when I think about it, like the layer 2, like from a developer's perspective, what's the issue with the layer 2s helping me make Bitcoin a currency?
Well, see, I wouldn't even call it using. I would call it more of a use case of Bitcoin as a currency, because when you look at a layer 2 from Ethereum, let's just put out Matic, aka Polygon. Depending on how long you've been in the game, both names are interchangeable. So when I'm sitting there going, why do I need Polygon for Ethereum? And it's because the price of the transactions costs too much. Well, what are you doing? Well, I'm taking transactions off the chain and putting it on another chain. Well, why are you doing that? In order to save costs. So, I mean, it's a cyclic answer for layer 2s. And I guess that would be the advancement but it doesn't feel like an advancement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so this is what confuses the fuck out of me, is that, like, we're in this proof of stake world, which was supposed to solve all the problems of Bitcoin. And here we are operating on layer 2s in this world. Yet, like, and we kind of shit on the Bitcoiners because, like, layer 2 is basically the only way Bitcoin becomes what it wants to become.
But there's the beauty of it. When one goes up, the other goes down. When one goes down, the other goes up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking...
Bro, I gotta send you a picture. I gotta send you a picture in my office, right? The wife hooked me up for my anniversary. She gave me a nice gaming chair. So literally, dude, I'm kicked back, leaning over, talking into this microphone.
Loving it.
I mean, bro, like, I gotta show you a picture of this office. you would laugh. Because I literally go, my boom mic, right? It wasn't attaching to the desk properly, so I was like, you know what? I got power tools. I drilled a hole right in my desk. Like, how many people do that?
Nice. Yeah, see, I went and, so I took out some money a couple weeks ago from my first initial crypto cash out. Got myself a new mic, new fucking boom
I
arm.
noticed, man. It looks nice.
Real clean, dude. This is it's a whole Yeti setup. Yeah, and this fucking mic goes boom. So I think my next purchase is this chair is fucking horrendous, so I need to get myself a nice fucking big old relaxing chair, and then I might do the same thing. Just fucking kick back, put this baby in boom mode, and enjoy.
Well, I mean, you have to. I mean, seriously, you have to, because if you don't, it's like, why? Why am I doing this? I guess people want to see. I mean, there's the boom pre-drill. This is the boom setup post-drill.
Nice.
And you literally can see I just got irritated and drilled a hole right through the desk.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, you know what's funny is I used to have a stand like that, and I couldn't fucking make it stay on my desk either. So,
and that would be the gaming chair. And yes, I have a cup that says fuck work, and my other cup says employee of the month.
Amazing.
And it is one of the stormtroopers.
Big fan of the packs of Marlboros. That's the key there.
Oh yeah, it's key. If it ain't Mountain Dew and Marlboros, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man.
Are you you get to sit in the office and smoke while you're sitting in the office?
No, actually, I still keep my military bearing on that, man. I go outside and I smoke.
Yep, fair enough. That's a great looking setup. How's the chair? Give me a review on the chair.
Oh, bro, like I'm not gonna send you a picture of this because you'd be like, I'm jealous. This thing reclines all the way back, man.
Ooh, Amazon?
Yeah, actually, the wife found it on Amazon. She goes, oh, there's thousands of chairs. I go, well, you know my colors. She goes, yeah, black and orange. I was like, yeah, just go get me one. She's like, do you want it to do the vibration thing? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I don't know. Man, she hooked it up. So I gave her a 1-week cruise with her best friend.
Nice.
I was like, there you go.
You give her a 1-week cruise for a fucking chair. That's a deal.
Bro.
She scored.
Bro, like...
Yeah, BC says they're actually better for your posture and back. Oh, dude, I know. I'm fucking...
Yeah, and
I'm hunched over like a fucking motherfucker. Like, I have the worst comfy... yeah, when it comes to comfort for the setup, the worst.
Like, I'm not even going to lie, man. I got my arms kicked back behind my head. Nice, laid back, relax, chill, just talking to me. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And it is ergo, man. It wraps.
Yeah.
It's nice. Like, I didn't think they were good until the wife got this. And I was like, why didn't I buy this years ago?
All right, let's keep on this conversation because I like this. The work setup.
You got to have a good work setup, man.
What's your what do you got going on in the background? You got music going on in the background? You're a podcast guy?
I used to podcast, right? Fuck, I'm pretty soon here. I'm going to dox myself, so you guys will know that. You'll actually know what podcast I used to podcast on. Used to be in poker media, so that should really narrow it down a little bit for
Oh.
poker podcasts.
Oh.
So right now I'm running a Logitech 1,000-watt system. It's Dolby Digital surround. I'm usually blaring a little bit of rock. If it's one of those things that I need to get it done, obviously some R&B is playing in the background. Techno, stuff like that. I grew up in that stuff. So
See, I can't fucking write shit if I'm listening to lyrics. If there's lyrics going on and I'm trying to write something, can't do it. I get too caught up in the lyrics.
well, that's why I play. I literally have the playlist. And, some people are going to take offense to it, but it's meant to be a joke. Of the playlist name that I listen to when I got to program and hardcore and fast is called Angry White Person Music if you happen to vote Democrat.
That is epic. Oh,
The other one,
this is
right?
why I like you, Max.
And the other one I got, right, that has all the techno it's called Weird Shit if you happen to vote Republican, comma, I don't understand it. That's what it's called, right?
Oh, that's funny.
So, well, I mean, dude, like I said, I'm down the middle, man. I'm pretty much the most independent of independents. I don't care, right? I'm always cracking jokes on all the sides. I'm even cracking jokes at myself. But yeah, man, I got a nice 32-inch monitor, as you can see there. I set up the laptop now in Docker mode. So basically, it's all docked. So I got all my audio going into my soundboard. It's getting kicked out. Either I'll plug in headphones, but right now I didn't upgrade my headset, and it's kind of crappy. So I think my next offload, I'll go buy a new headset. But yeah, I just run everything through the soundboard. That way I can control, exactly how much treble, bass, midline, if I want to do special effects.
But yeah, I think I need to get a soundboard. That's an upgrade that I need to get. There's a few little pieces that I want to add to the arsenal. I want to get one of those little stream deck things. I gotta learn how to.
I recommend getting a new digital one. That way you can just do a USB connection. Obviously, I set up the Xenix first. That's usually your backup. When I go and put the main one in, I'll have sound effects because I already got a digital setup. You see what I mean? I didn't cut out, did I?
I got to see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta see. I don't mind this. I don't mind the setup. The chair needs to get fixed, but I think I gotta get into a routine as well. Routine, I think, is key. Do you have a routine? Like you get an alarm that goes off?
I will highly suggest this. I will highly suggest this. Get up early and make the bed. It sounds stupid, right? But it was something I picked up in the military.
Yep.
And it's really dumb, but if you make the bed first thing you do when you wake up, you already accomplished something. So no matter how much bullshit's been thrown your way, something's already done. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, I've heard. It just puts you in the mindset of getting tasks done. I do. Gets you in the just your brain in the mode of getting tasks done. All right. So what's next? You make your bed.
Wake up. Obviously, it's depending on how late did I code. Did I code until 4 o'clock in the morning, or did I actually get a nice night's sleep?
Right.
Because it depends on if I go breakfast first or take a shower first.
Okay.
Either or,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a 50-50.
But you are a breakfast guy.
Yeah, I don't really dig breakfast. I'll actually go with the bigger lunch.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
what, just a little yogurt in the morning, or?
Oh no, man, I'll just whatever. Here, you want to talk about healthy diet? If it's ho-hos, Twinkies, or cupcakes, sold.
It's okay. All right. This is my problem. This is the conversation we're having on Spaces. Is like, I know all of the things, like all the ways to have like a healthy lifestyle. Do
Yeah,
I do any of them? Nope. I understand that, your stomach contains more like neural connections than your brain. So like hypothetically speaking, good diet would lead to like way better mental health. Do I focus on my diet? Nope.
well, I mean, here's the thing. Speaking of this, right? You can do whatever you want to do in life, right? Let's say you want to be a marathon runner. You're going to run a lot, right? Let's say you want to be a power lifter. You're going to do a lot of powerlifting, right? Me, I do just enough exercise that I can eat the chocolate donut and I don't gain weight. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do just enough exercise that I cancel out all those chocolate donuts or the ho-hos or the cupcakes or the Twinkies. And being ex-military, I don't have to run every Friday for 5 miles, right? But I did that between the ages of 21 all the way till 37, right? I'm
Right.
sorry, 38. And so if you don't think I have like a standing blood pressure that's sub 130 over whatever, dude, if I don't smoke cigarettes, sometimes you cannot feel my pulse. It's that low. Like
Yeah.
I have that low of a blood pressure. Um, is that healthy? I don't know. I don't care. I've been like, I haven't hit the gym, honestly, to work out like I used to in about 8, 9 years.
Right.
Do I need to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger? No. Do I still work out? Yeah, man. I run around. I do this. I go to the beach. I swim. Yeah, I get on the bicycle. I do the bicycle stuff. Why? Well, dude, I'm 39 years old, man. I'm getting closer to that magical era of 55 where all I got to worry about is grabbing golf clubs and walking to and from a golf cart, right? The magical age of retirement, right? Maybe it's 65. I forgot what the legal year is.
65,
But
65 in Canada.
okay,
It'll be 75
maybe
soon.
it's probably 65 in the States, but who cares, right? I'm 39 and I already got one retirement.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
So I already have retirement. I don't need to go out and kill myself to go get a second one or a third one. And as much as my dad, and this is fun, right? Especially when we talk about parents and, mentoring and tutoring, he goes, I think you did it better than me. He goes, you retired a year before I was able to retire, and you're living in Florida just like I am. And I go, yeah.
Nice.
And he goes, you can afford everything. I go, yeah. And he goes, so why do you work in crypto? I go, because it's fun. It's exhilarating. I get to see new shit. I get to interact with people. I even told him about the podcast. I go, yeah, I signed up with my buddy's podcast or AMA or Hangout. He doesn't know the exact verbiage, so I always call everything a podcast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I go, yep, he just tweeted, it's on for 9. And he goes, sweet. He goes, seems like you're like back in the flow of what you used to do before your first divorce. And I go, yep. And he goes, good to see that. So, I mean, right then and there, that tells me that I should stay in this space, man.
Right. No, that's cool to hear. I mean, it is something that we do have to find a balance. I mean, I personally know I have to find a balance.
Yeah, dude, because you got a full-time job, right?
Yeah.
Let's just compare apples and oranges, right? I'm retired. I know you got a full-time job, right? So you plus crypto, and I was talking to Golden about this earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Maybe he bounced out. But we were talking about he has a 12-hour shift, 5 days a week, right? I don't know how strenuous yours is, but trying to balance two full-time jobs, you see what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard. And I used to work in EMS, so I had a county job, plus I had a private transport job. So I would work for 24 hours, get 16 hours off, work for another 24 hours, get 16 off, work for another 24 hours. But being ex-military, I was used to that.
Right.
So,
Well, even just for me, like, I'm not really getting to the mindset of like, yeah, it's really time to try to make the leap. But then it's all right. Well, what the fuck do I do with my day here? Like now it's, the 11 hours of my day that I would have back. All right, how do I allocate that?
well,
I'm
it's simple.
such a creature of habit. So it's
Exactly. So what you got to do is you got to build new habits, right? So what you got to do is you got to think about what's my priority, right? And we do this over in G&M Mints, right? We'll have priorities of work because think about how many artists come up to me and go, "I want to do an NFT project." I go, "Okay, give me all your ideas. Where do you want to go with this? How do you want to drive this? How do you want to take this?" And through all the Q&As, we figure out what they want and we make it happen for them. But imagine having that not just on one project, but 7, 8, 9 concurrent projects.
yeah.
And then two of the guys have full-time jobs. I'm the only one that's retired. So think about that. It's one of those things you got to wrap your head around of how do I get everything done and done right. So all you got to do is just figure out your priorities of work. Let's say you want to do AMAs. You got a Candly. It works. You obviously know it goes straight to your cell phone. So you get a ping. Hey, it's time to go do a hangout or an AMA, right? You can work that, but then outside of those, you got to figure out, well, what am I going to do in this space, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously you're going to lose one income, so you need to gain another,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And everybody's going to tell you, well, make sure you're making enough in the one before you hop into the other. I've honestly never seen anybody
Be able to
that
do that.
works $15 an hour turn down a $25 an hour job because they don't know how the workload's going to change.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? I've also seen people that make $25 an hour jump down to a $15 an hour job because they don't like the workload. So basically, you got to figure out what you're looking for within the crypto space. And then you just got to find the people, surround yourself with everybody that has your weaknesses, that as their strengths. And then, just like any other CEO, rise to power and take over Disneyland. That's the end state, right? Because you want to be that big. You want to be known so people go, well, what Disneyland is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I'm definitely heading down the right path there.
Oh,
Because
absolutely,
it
man.
is the idea of so you're touching on stuff I really want to I've been thinking about a lot lately, because that is the question, right? Like there's the AMAs, but then it is like, okay, what do I want to do in this space? That reasons why I took that little break there. It's just like, I feel like all I do in this space is
AMAs.
I AMAs I learn, and then I'm a shill, and I'm enjoyed for shilling, which wasn't the greatest mindset. So yeah, it's like, well, what do I actually want to do though? I do really like the idea of I like creating content. I do like passionately shilling shit that I really enjoy. So that's yeah. I guess it comes down to reorganizing the new time to then. All right. Well, how do I want to create content?
And here's the thing. Do you want to be a podcaster or do you want to be a developer? Do you want to be a producer or do you want to be an influencer, right? And then what I would do is look at what some of the other chains influencers do, right? And absorb everything. And what you do is you take the good of what they do and you throw away all the bullshit that they do, right? Because your addition of bullshit may be different than mine, right? You may think, instead of calling it tire, Tire, you would think bullshit would be Tyre, right? Tire, the British spelling of it. I'm not knocking Brits or anything. I'm just saying that may be your definition of, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So figure out what they do good and just copy it. Because, in all honesty, the language we're speaking is a copy paste league, right? The way you interact in society, copy paste league. The fact that we have a dialogue going on, copy paste league, right? There's a lot of mirror neurons, right? And I know this from my neuroscience days of, I can say monkey see, monkey do, but in reality, it's great ape see, great ape do. So keep that in mind, right? You may see something that somebody does exceptional. You may have questions about it. Learn about it. If it drives your passion, run, sprint at it, right? And once you're in the middle of that race, slow down a bit so that way you can absorb everything around you. And then if you want to be the leaderboard, go for position 1, right? If you want to be mid-pack, number 2, number 3, number 4, there's nothing wrong with that. You can be the type of person that's kicking out projects left or right. Or you can be the type of person that works on 2 projects a year. It doesn't matter. This is crypto. This is just a reflection of what you are internally and externally. You see what I mean?
Yeah, this is interesting. You got me thinking. Yeah, because it does really come down to I have to answer for myself that question of, all right, what do you want to do? I fucking hate the term influencer. It just, feels nasty. But at the same time, like, tinfoil reels for a reason. There's a reason it was the tinfoil aspect of all of this that even brought me to this space. And I think I've kind of lost. I haven't put any time towards any of that shit, and I miss that shit. Yeah,
And why do you think I show up every week?
Yeah.
This isn't the typical. Well, this is the product I'm shilling this week. No, man, this is you and I get the bullshit. People, what was it? 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago was our last one. We had so many in the chat, you weren't able to use video.
Yeah.
Which I don't care if we sell out, quote unquote, sell out. That would be over 25 people in this chat or not. We're still going to do this. Why? Because it's not your typical day-to-day stuff. You look forward to it just like I do.
Right. Yeah, we need to do, to be honest, I need to really sit down and start writing out a schedule. Because, there's shit I'd like to talk about. I want to, psychedelics, massive fucking part of my life. It's something that I would love to
there's something
talk about.
I don't know firsthand.
Right.
Because, I'm not into psychedelics.
Yeah.
Right? You give me that sticky icky, whatever, man. I live in Florida.
Yep.
This shit's legal. Mushrooms, I kind of know what it grows on. So I know what psilocybin grows on. And it's like, no, you can have that. Like, it's not my cup of tea. But that's okay, man. I respect that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you don't have that except for in the crypto space. Because everybody's like, it's my way or you can go to hell. You're going to have eternal damnation for the rest of your life. Don't even say psilocybin.
Yeah.
But it's like, why?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it is, I get caught up in just following NFT projects almost rather than, taking my own interests, which I feel are all important things.
I'll tell
In the
you what,
world.
man. If you want to make an NFT project, you let me know. I'll drop the contract. I'll set up your API for you. Heck, if we wait a little bit, I'll probably give you 2 files. One of them will be something you can drop on Netlify, and the other one will be another one you can drop on Netlify. And guess what? It's permanent, and you'll never have to worry about it again. Right?
Well, I do want
If that's what you want.
I do want your hand with this DAO stuff, for sure.
Oh, brother. Yeah, that's fine. I got no problem with that, man.
Yeah, 100%.
I got plenty of computer cycles. You can have as many as you need.
Well, I think the idea is going to be the first 150 NFTs are going to go to the 50 artists that participate, and then along with the 100 kind of hand-picked rabbit hole list, which will include some developers, some other artists that weren't able to participate in the Genesis series, collectors in the space, project heads. It'll be like a hand-picked list of 150 basically, and then that 150. So the 150 NFTs that are created by the 50 artists. The idea is they'll go into a free minter. Everybody will get 1 mint. They'll mint this thing. Like when I say everybody, meaning the 150 whitelisted people, will get 1 mint. You mint that's your NFT. So like Clockworky might mint the human piece. Hashi Jim might fucking mint the Clockworky. Somebody might mint yours. Like I might mint yours.
Yeah, that would be wild because I'm probably going to do one of mine that it looks like I was on acid.
Nice.
It literally was going to be Max Flow2's icon, but looks like he's on acid.
That'd be fucking sick. Yeah, so then that 150 NFTs, basically each NFT comes with like the 100% voting power or like a 1 vote. The vote would go to the DAO. And then my first like kind of revenue proposal for the DAO would be to then, because we have 1,600 plus members in the rabbit hole, right? We only are starting this Genesis off with 150. So then it's basically, I got to get 1 NFT released a day from a DAO artist, like basically an artist that the DAO picks to release an NFT, and we have a new one each day. Those get auctioned off, and that's basically a chance at membership into the DAO. Kind of similar to the
we're
now.
Talking about this is all on the same contract. I'm just talking to NFTs, right?
So
it's all on the same contract.
The first Genesis. No, I don't think so. I think the first Genesis would probably be on a contract.
Okay.
And then I think the second generation would probably be on its own contract.
Okay, and that would be the continuous one that we were talking about.
Yeah, because then it would have, and the math has to be worked out, obviously. But the idea is, I want the 150 OG members. Like I know it's my handpicked list, right? So I have the understanding that DAO is a big buzzword and that the structures aren't in place yet. The tech isn't there for voting structures and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, it's there.
Or
you got me.
Right.
It's there because you can have on-chain voting or off-chain voting. I got you on that.
Okay. So then, okay.
So you got infrastructure already.
Okay. So
and the reason why I know this is because one of those projects that I have an NDA on, that's going to be, I'm allowed to release a little bit about it, that's going to take down Spotify. Let's put it this way. That one was an NFT voting contract. So we're good.
Okay. Well, so the idea is that the first generation, I just want them to have the voting power enough that essentially the DAO is a kind of a well-oiled machine by the time kind of the next generations could supersede the voting majority. You know what I mean?
So basically, you
Kind of like
want-
someone like taking over the network. Like I don't want new people being able to take over the network. I
So
need.
basically, you're saying by mint number 299 over 2 contracts, right?
Yep.
You want it so well oiled, so when it hits mint number 301, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, basically. Well, yeah. I mean, ideally, it'd be well oiled right away, but I know it's not going to be. But the idea is, yeah, that essentially by mint 300, that it's either
Well, it'd be 301.
Or 301, yeah. It's either a really well oiled machine, or they don't have that 151 doesn't have the ability to supersede the voting power of the original 150.
Yeah, they're asking in chat. We're talking about governance power.
Yeah. So like even I'm thinking maybe it's by mint 450, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we can make the new mints be half, like a half a vote.
That's
Or we can make it
that's
three-quarters.
kind of what I'm thinking. A 3/4 or a half. I got to sit down and I guess kind of run the numbers
Or you can do it like Bitcoin.
on time frame because I
Make
guess
sure
it'd
it
be
runs
one.
out, so it keeps running out on the vote until it almost hits 300. Right, it'll always be 299 with
Right.
9,909. You catch what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's interesting.
So,
Yeah, because if
like I
we're
said,
doing
there's
one a
multiple
day,
ways of doing it.
yeah, because one a day, like if you look at the noun structure, nouns are killing it. One a day is a very slow kind of add to the supply, but it's a new member, and if you have a DAO that people want to get into, then that one a day. If you look at nouns, like those things are going for, I'm pretty sure it goes for like at least a couple $100,000 every day. They release a fucking NFT. So then there's the DAO membership. Those are the DAO membership NFTs. And then we, as a DAO, do other shit. Whether it's Launchpad, whether it's, I already talked to Golden about having some kind of, like an endless minter, basically.
Yeah.
It's just super cheap. It's just an endless minter, you know?
Yeah, and knowing me, I could probably set it up so it's cross chain too.
Oh, Golden, that's a crazy one.
Yeah, Golden's been
DeFi
doing
Dyna would go nuts over this piece, dude.
holy shit.
That's a crazy fucking piece.
He did one for me, man, and it was really a teched out motherfucker. It looks good.
Yeah, that was really cool. Man, this whole AI shit I'm really getting into.
Yeah, well, now it's to the point of I almost want to run my... Because I have a concept, right? Telephone screens, right? Cell phone screens, computer screens, stuff like that. Making that into a nice, real cheap, affordable NFT. Why not? You know, you sit back, you do a bunch of generated art on it, right? It doesn't have to be the typical, you know, what is it, 3K by 3K. But now seeing this, it's like, huh, do I want to throw about like 100 of those into a 10K for one Fantom each? You know what I mean? It's like every time I see something new, I always reevaluate the Fantom screens thing that I've always wanted to do.
That's interesting.
But see, I was thinking utility type of NFT that you can just use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not connected to a video game. It's not connected to anything. Well, why are you charging one Fantom? Well, because it cost me X amount of computer cycles to build. Plus, I'm hosting everything, you know, until infinity. I don't see that as a bad trade-off.
How does this work?
No, hopefully Fantom doesn't jump
Yeah,
up
we
like
gotta talk. We gotta
5,000.
fucking talk about it. How does this hosting thing work forever?
What, for IPFS?
Yeah, just forever. Like, well, I guess yeah. If it's I guess if it's on
Well, okay.
IPFS, it's you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, well, you have to because you got to pin it. And if you don't pin it, you lose it. So let's say I upload everything to IPFS. I get, depending on if I really like the project or not, like let's say the project has just been a pain in my rear. And I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to drop all your images into one directory and call it a day, right? That directory gets over 1 gig. Well, I guess you're going to have to pay for a better Pinata account. Here's your IPFS pin hash for the directory. You need to pin this. Well, if you were restoring it, well, yeah, of course I am. It's on my server. But what if my server goes down? What if I have to reboot my server, right? So that's why I got 2 IPFS servers. So if one goes down, I still got the other one up. But having that much redundancy, God, that costs a lot of money. So I try to break in these directories so they're 1 gig each. So when I tell a client, hey, pin these 8 directories, they go, wait, my project was like 8 gigs? Yes, it was. You're hosting it? Yes, but you need to pin this as well. And they go, well, why? Because if I got multiple areas pinning these directories, when I go to look for it, it doesn't matter if it's in, let's say, a web app, a decentralized app, if I'm just using a web browser, or if I'm using a wallet, or anything, right? When I have multiple pins of it, it finds it faster. See what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Not only that, if everybody's pinning those files, right? Like say you as a user, right? Let's say you buy NFT 5, 6, and 7, right? Well, there's images behind those, but there's also JSONs. You'll see the JSON to pin, because you obviously, after my mint's over with, you'll see an IPFS directory now. So you'll know what directory to pin for the JSONs, because that doesn't really take up much space. But you'll also see an image that you can pin. So that way you pin that image and it stays.
So
You see what I mean?
how do I make sure?
And if enough people do that throughout an NFT project, I wouldn't ever have to have 2 servers up. You see what I mean? Because it would be literally on millions of accounts on Pinata or whatever.
Right. So how do I secure my NFTs? How do I make sure that I don't lose my JPEGs, my image?
Yeah, and all you got to do is literally look at the contract. There should be a thing that says token URI, right? You enter your ID number for your token, and it'll spit out a directory, right? Now, it could be an API service. Like, if it's a Vercel app, yay. If it's an Amazon, ouch. Because, Amazon can get turned on and turned off. Trust me, I know. We accidentally turned off like 2 APIs on an Amazon server once. So I know it happens. But look if it's API or IPFS. If it's IPFS, pin the JSON. When you open up that directory, you're going to pin the image. You see what I mean?
So I need like a pinata, like.
Yeah, Pinata works. I use Pinata as backup.
We're going to have to spend a weekend in the rabbit hole going over security. Yeah. Fuck.
And these are good questions because not a lot of people do it. They just buy, sell, trade, whatever. They don't care. And, 9 times out of 10, that's the way I am. But if there's one I want to keep, like that really rare Mingo that I got sitting on Fantom, yeah, I pinned that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few obviously that I have that I definitely don't want to lose by any means.
Like here, let's. I know I did something here. Testnet.
Yeah,
Um.
Roshango. I don't know how
Oh,
you
here
say
we
your
go.
name. Show us your cyborg girl.
Let's see. Contract. I want to go to read contract. Now
Yeah.
here, this is a fun one, right? And you get to actually see some of my programming skill on this because I show this to a lot of clients, right? If you go here, right, and you scroll down to say token URI and just type in um 76, right? Because that was the first one that minted was token ID 76, right? You'll see that API, right?
Okay. Query. Yep.
All right, so you see API max flow to BNB test, right?
Yep.
So if you copy that string, right? And here I'll put it into the chat so everybody's got that. So they see what I'm talking about. You just click on that, right? And you see max flow test, NFT 76, description, seriously, this is a test, and the image is a meme, right?
Yep.
But you see that image, right? That's QMZND6RP.
Yep.
Everything after that slash is the IPFS pin. So if you click on that image, right,
Yep.
it should pop up. If it doesn't pop up, let me know. For some odd reason, it never likes theirs, so I kind of use mine.
No, it's not like in loading.
Yeah, so I'll throw. Ah, yes, my gateway's still working. So if you go here, because if I put this out there as a typical image, right, you see the gateway.
Yep.
Now, if I just paste that in the chat, watch this. It should pop here in a second. See
Mm.
how it automatically loads an image?
Mm-hmm.
It already knows.
Mm. So then,
That's the image of it.
right.
Basically, it's just me fucking off, showing you like some neat contract shit. Um, Actually, the funny thing is if you look at read contract, uh, you scroll up, it says reveal start number 76, but click on transactions. That first public mint, take a good look at it because it starts at 76 and ends at mint number 5. See what I mean? I show stuff off like this to potential clients a lot because they don't understand random numbers and for a start spot. But yet again, remember how I was telling you about random numbers? It has to solve the 76 for everybody. You see what I mean?
Hmm.
So you just write an equation that you won't know the answer to until you click go. That's how you solve that.
What's this BAYC.soul thing you got in here?
Oh, Board Ape Yacht Club.
Yo, what's that about?
Oh, you never heard of Board Ape Yacht Club?
Well, I know what Board Ape Yacht Club is. That's the code for it?
It is a derivative of their code, actually. You see, it says inspired by Board Ape Yacht Club. So it's provincial hashes.
Yeah.
If you look through that contract, right, you'll see there's 4 events, right, where I set the images, JSON, timestamp, and start number, and you just look. All it is 4 functions to start it, right? And I'm sorry, yeah, 4 functions to set them, and then 4 functions to show the values. IBAYC would be the interface I wrote for that, which would just be the external data that you see.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, I write everything now pretty much the way you see it is everything's in modules.
Yeah, well, I just started my little coding program. I didn't even do a single fucking class this week though. Oops. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I did
it happens.
started on Sunday. Uh, I know what strings are. I know what variables are now.
Yeah.
The very basics.
All right. Well, here, main contract, right? You scroll down to line 206 to 216, right? You see how it says at notice. This will set the provincial hashes. This will also start the starting order. All I did was I created a pseudo random number by invoking the last block timestamp. Obviously, my address, which would be message.sender, the value for images, the value for the JSON, and the block difficulty, right? And then I divided it by the mint size with modulo division. So I'm getting the remainder. Does that make any sense to you?
Nope.
It will.
I
Just
know
give it time.
I do get the remainder stuff a little bit, but that was where I was kind of. It was, that was at the end of my coding day, and it was like, ooh, this is where it gets a little brainy.
This is for Rosh.
Yeah, fucking French. It's just French.
Yeah, it's French for really complex computer processes.
Yeah. No, love it, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
there's another thing. What do I always do with you? I go, yeah, I could do that, and then I show you an example.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that?
Mm-hmm. Now, it's whether I know that example would work or not is a different story, but I believe
Yeah.
it.
But you can. I honestly, you see that API link that says token ID 76? Delete that and put 50 in there, and then tell me what you see. Or here, I'll make a new links for everybody that doesn't want to delete the 76.
You aren't sniping this yet.
Pretty simple, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I definitely have
But,
to learn more about like the whole JSON
Yeah.
and
Dude, all it is a REST API. Once you start learning some more into coding, I'll tell you more about it.
yeah.
Actually, during our 2 week safety stand down for Christmas time, I'm actually working with everybody. We're going to cross train everything that they do. They're going to cross train everything that I do. So that way we can kind of even out the workloads a little bit more.
Right.
So I can focus more on back end shit, like making sure the contract APIs are working, images into JSONs, APIs, all that fun stuff. Basically, more free time for Max.
More free time for Max. Well, we should get into the Hump Day Report of this.
Well, that's a good transition. I'm glad you brought that up because it's been 70 minutes in and we've talked about everything except for Happy Hump Day, man.
Happy Hump Day.
So I know I said something like I was going to have this NFT thing done by Thanksgiving. The only thing I didn't plan on was the delay on the front end. The back end is already solved. The contracts are already solved. We're just getting the front end. So then all I got to do is join the back end, the front end, and NipX is done.
That's exciting.
So
All right.
that should be happy. I noticed, and I'm not gonna lie, I move every once in a while liquidity, so I'll move it from point A to point B.
Yep.
So I'm not even offended at anybody pulling liquidity off any of the 3 tokens. It's your choice. Nobody's really freaking out about it, especially me. Mainly because I don't care. I threw a bunch of Phantom at it, and I'm looking for my impermanent loss, if that makes any sense. Please, it's tax season.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me some impermanent loss. I'm not gonna cry about it. Um, but outside of that, we've been looking at the automated market maker set because obviously you've seen the transactions, man. I seen when it was high gas season 1.1 Phantom, right? I mean, how high have you seen it?
That's probably about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, usually I see about 0.25. I've got
Lately,
a couple lucky ones at 0.19. Um,
yeah.
yeah, well, early, you know. It's one of those of, oh fuck, I forgot to pull my stake or fucking pull my auto compounder, you know what I mean? So
Yep.
it's like it is what it is on that. But long story short, uh hmm, I lost my train of thought. Somebody sent me a message and I'm trying to read it at the same time of like speaking. That's such a hard thing to do.
I fucking do it all the time, dude. That's literally
Yeah, I know.
exactly
You
how
just get
I'm.
used to it.
Yeah, it's fucked.
But outside of that, the NFT platform's good. I'm going to take a good hard look at the automated market maker set.
Yep.
So that's good. Um,
So I guess
we're probably gonna,
TVL's down a little bit this week.
what's that?
Is TVL down a little bit this week, or what?
Yeah, I noticed it's around like 90K. Last time I checked, and that was 2 days ago. Let me take a look at it because I don't want to give you guys a bad number. Let's see. Nibble Labs. I love how it loads in two sections. You gotta let it hit the lab first, and then it goes, okay, I got the farm number. Give me 1 second. I gotta look at the suckling pools. All right, so it's at 72.7, right? So it's about half,
Yep.
right? I kind of expected that because I expected some people to pull some liquidity when Phantom was up. I expected some people to pull liquidity when Phantom was down. It looks like Milk and Boob are right around the equal marks, like they were. Obviously, when Phantom hits 3, that's going to be what, 600 and 600 again. I'm not too worried about it. I think the TVL will be out to about 100K again. But like I said, we're switching out contracts for the market maker set. So we're going to fix that. So that way it's not an arm and a leg to put money in and pull money out.
Right.
That was one of the biggest concerns I've heard from everybody is, my God, I got to sell a kidney just to pull out a penny or whatever, you know? And it's like, I get it. I feel you. I do the same thing. I apologize. Let's fix this. So that's one of my main concerns is getting that fixed. We've been looking at rebranding a little bit, so that way we got a little bit cleaner of a UI. I would expect a lot of changes probably in the next 4 weeks. On top of us getting the UI and everything done for the NFT exchange. So, like I said, I'm putting in a lot of homework. We're going to have a lot of solutions, and it should look nice and clean by the time we're done with it all.
Tis exciting. That is exciting. I can't wait for this NFT shit.
Oh, dude. And the fact that, God, I have to split some time off on Ethereum, right? Because I do have a streaming project. But imagine having a physical for an NFT. Let me say that again. Imagine having a physical for an NFT where it's just an escrow between two people. So that's in the pipeline coming out probably within the next 4 or 5 weeks. So you'll be able to sell physicals on our NFT platform as well.
Binary punks, official NFTs. I got a human here behind me.
Yeah. See, think about that. You would be able to sell a physical. Just putting that out there. And not only I
Big
did
deal.
say I got a
That's a
streaming
big
platform
fucking
coming out
deal.
in the next 3 months too. So music is coming too. So physical, musical, art. I don't know, man. What else can I do with an NFT?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. A firm in California just hired me to do real estate.
Oh, wow. We are getting there.
So
I knew we were going there at
yeah.
some point.
So we got real estate coming in.
Cool.
Really neat things. So yeah, I see the congrats. Yeah, you say congrats. Holy crap, man. I'm whoo with
Wag
real
me.
estate.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god, this can go one of two ways. I can become Superman, or I can become uh, who was the guy that bought all the kryptonite and then went after him? Batman. I can be either Superman or Batman.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Real estate getting in here already, eh?
Yeah.
That's fucking
So-
early. I would have expected another year at least.
Well, it may not launch, but all the platform, all the legal, all that's going to be done.
Well, it's
so
yeah. I mean, already that they're looking at it, you know. Yeah, this is fuck. Again, this is, I go through that little moment where it's like, oh fuck, NFTs. What the fuck am I doing here? Well, the world's about to fall apart, and here I am flipping JPEGs. But then at the same time, it's just like, yeah, but everything is potentially going to be an NFT one day.
And to be honest with Rosh, I completely agree. I can be either Thor or I can be the Hulk, right? Either way, I just went with DC because they're a little bit darker.
Well, sir, is there anything else out of the Hump Day report that you wanted to get through?
It's good to be back in reality. I'm glad I got my office back. I think that was the biggest key in the Hump Day report.
It looks great.
You guys now know I got my office back.
It looks fucking awesome. You gave me chair FOMO.
Tell you what, man, one NFT and it could be yours. I could sell physicals.
But
No, hold on.
it's funny because I'm a Bitcoiner at heart though, and like that's the whole thing. We're supposed to be selling our chairs for Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
So the idea of
I wonder
me buying
if
a
I
chair.
can sell any of these books that I got for Bitcoin. You know what we haven't seen? A Bitcoin-based NFT.
Okay, so this is what I mean. I
Bitcoin block.
I don't want to get into it now because like this is a whole conversation we could do for you and I for another couple hours. But yeah, I just think that we should be doing more. I think more development needs to be happening on Bitcoin, to be honest. And I'm not sure why it's not. I'm not sure if it's a difficulty thing, if it's there's just not enough room for innovation in it, or what. But I think the idea, if we were building all the shit that we're building right now over here, on top of like a completely sound money that I think could be a currency.
It can't be rugged because 70% of it was pre-minted.
Yeah,
Costs in Ethereum.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so many little things. Like Fantom. I mean, it takes like a billionaire, 1 billionaire, could take over the Fantom Network. I imagine that's the case for most blockchains. And I just don't get how this plays out.
What you're saying is you want me to launch a blockchain that's based off of UTXO but has smart contracts. And not only that, it's far enough forward looking that it has Hyperledger. So instead of really digging through the UTXO channels, it would have a supply and demand loop.
I don't know what any of that meant, but
You're just supposed to say yes.
it sounds amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like. It's funny because the bashing on Bitcoin, it's like, oh, well, layer two. But like here we are fucking dealing on layer twos. And like, even
Your use
Phantom's, it's
layer
not like,
threes. Use the layer twos, layer two.
yeah, it's not like Phantom's fucking all that decentralized. Yeah, I just,
Phantom really isn't decentralized.
no, I know.
It's 57 people, right? And they're good faith actors.
Yeah.
That's why I'm okay with it. But there was a shot to bring it down to 100K, and only 55% of the populace voted. So I don't know, man. It's one of those things that's 6 in one, half a dozen the other.
Yeah. Honestly, when I read that, I don't know who it was, but they put the quote out of like, fiat governments and bankers print money, DeFi, the people print money, Bitcoin, nobody prints money. Like that to me is like the perfect way to do it.
And that's why if I was launching a blockchain, there'd be no pre-mints. It would have to have that UTXO background.
Right. Do you think there's going to be another? Do you think that's what happens? Do you think it's another coin?
Yep.
That pops up that does it.
Yep.
Really?
It's probably going to be Max Flow Chain.
All right. How do I get whitelist?
You don't need a whitelist because remember, it's going to be nothing but validators.
Fucking interesting. So interesting.
2/MFC. Yeah, somebody just said, do it. What if I told you like most of it's done? Raj.
The fuck have you been doing? Guys just building a Bitcoin in the back.
Actually, this was a joke that somebody gave me last year, right? And it works. You can really take a look at it. I haven't broken it down like completely, right? Because I'm still playing with it in Golang. Last time I played with it was July 5th, right?
Yeah.
But you load this thing, it for a proof of work, it does about 45% of what Visa can do.
Wow.
Let me rephrase that. The amount of transactions Visa takes 15 seconds to do, I can do it in 33 seconds.
All right.
So, is it scalable? I got to work on peer-to-peer, and I really started thinking about why peer-to-peer isn't the greatest for it, and you want centralized, but you want it semi-centralized. So you want a decentralized centralization, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. And then you want a shit ton of redundancy. Mm-hmm. So how do you do that? And, obviously I got to lace a few things in there. I got to lace UTXO because I just got a bullshit transaction, right? You can install it. It works fine. As a demo of what it can do. But I got to get a UTXO line in there pronto. Once I got a UTXO line, I got to get obviously a smart contract and a hyperledger on top of it, and then put 3 chains of information into one block. Obviously, I'm going to probably put block time at 1 second, and it will be proof of stake. But how do you stake something that you haven't minted? So proof of stake at first is going to require 0 tokens. And then over time, it'll increase from 0 tokens to whatever the proper amount is. I still got to do the math on it.
That's super interesting. That's super fucking interesting.
Yeah. But that's the basis of any blockchain. What you see there in Golang. Right. That is literally a basement edition of a K12. Kangaroo 12. One of the fastest hashing that you can do. fact, let me go. Yeah, because I still got the bullshit keys in there, I think. Oracle Go. That's it. Oh. Yeah, you could tell I was working on stuff when I was like, nope, I'm good. Let's see. I think I did this as a make. Get clone. If you hear me typing, that's me typing on my server right now, fucking around with it because I have a lot of power on my server. Let's see. Let's see. Make install.
Man, fucking Phantom Punk's selling like crazy. These nature oracles are selling like fucking hotcakes right now.
Really?
I'm just fucking around in the sales bot. I've been seeing some Gantom stones going lately. I'd really like to see them work something. Like I want a gauntlet. I want an Infinity Gauntlet NFT of some kind released by them that you then try to mint, and then if you fill it with Gantom stones, it like fucking creates some new shit, you know? Like it burns everything and then it creates some fucking crazy thing. And then, because then it dummies the supply of the Gantom stones. It's the first GAN project, so like, if you cut the supply of these Gantom stones even more, as the first GAN project, it's like a historical fucking. I don't know. I think it'd be fucking bullish as fuck. Because I do like the stones. I just, I'd like to see something more going on with them. What's your favorite NFT on Fantom?
Right now?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, it's that Mingo that I minted.
Nice.
Like, I hate to say it, man. That thing was... I don't know how I got it. Like, I think I just got lucky.
Did you go get an AVAX Mingo?
Yes, I got the free one.
Nice. Yeah, Polygon's next for the Mingos.
Oh, nice.
Yep. No more free ones though. I think this one is. They're giving out if you got an AVAX Mingo, then you're entered for a draw. I think there's like 250 whitelist spots on Polygon.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's how they're doing it. So that'll be the third chain, and then and there's one more. I think that's
really?
The closing of the Genesis collection, anyways. And then the Great Migration happens.
Yeah, actually, I was looking at how they did theirs. I dig it. I really do it. I really do. Because they were smart about it. They started their minting on every chain a little bit differently. So, right. All right, good. I did this. So now I can do MFC. Okay, sudo MFC. All right, sweet. Database hash is done. So now I can do sudo MFC. Easy test.
Yeah, Roche. Gantom stones. Yeah, it's one of the earliest mints on Fantom. So if you go to I still have it in here somewhere. If you go to I believe it's the read first section of my Discord in the important stuff area. There's a FTM NFT history guide. And in that, yeah, so Gantom Stones was the 4th mint on Fantom.
Okay, it took me 22 seconds to process 15 seconds worth of stuff. So I lied to you. Of course, I think I'm running less on this server than I was the other one.
Do you have like a big ass like server rack?
No, this is a server I got in Los Angeles.
Right.
I put this one in Earthquake Central. Don't ask me why.
Is that what you like have to do? You have to like run it. You literally have to like own. Like, do you rent?
No, I
do you rent
literally
space
I got
or do
server.
you?
I got servers all over the place, man.
Yeah,
I
but
got
like
one in New York.
that's
I
what I
got
mean.
one
Like,
in
so
Europe.
you have to set that up like for yourself, like as a business. You have to set that shit out everywhere.
Yeah, I do it in random areas.
Crazy.
Like the one that I got here, I used to call if there's 9.8, you're screwed. I name my servers that way, so that way I know where they're at.
How do we create a like a IPFS like almost run by a DAO or some shit?
Well, we can get a server, right? And it doesn't have to be fancy. And it can be cheap. It can be like a virtual $65 a month server, right?
Right.
Which is about 1 terabyte of information. What we can do with that is whatever they decide to pin, we can pin. So,
Yeah. Fuck. It's one of those things where it's like you don't feel like the security is very important, but all of a sudden,
yeah, because on
it's
IPFS,
not important
really, the
until it is
security's not-
important.
Well, I mean, you really don't need security with IPFS, and I'm kind of saying that shooting myself in the leg, right?
Right.
You do need some kind of security because you don't want admin, like super user powers on it, but it never has super user powers, so there's nothing really you can hack into it and destroy anything. And even if you destroy an IPFS server, what have you really accomplished in life? Because it's already pinned somewhere else. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like hackers don't even go after it. It's. I mean, they would go after it, but they wouldn't destroy it. They'd add like gigs and gigs of porn or wares or something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, sir, this has been awesome. Again.
Yeah. We usually go this long, don't we? And then one of the two of us gets tired.
Yeah.
I think this time you're tapping out.
That's where I'm at this time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the official tie is 1-1 now.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess we're gonna have to keep going until
I gotta
best of three.
I gotta start getting a drink out for these ones. I gotta prepare myself better for these ones. I gotta get the drink out
all right.
and maybe get the bottle out beside me. Yeah, as
But,
Rob
all right,
says,
brother.
I need a beer tonight. Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Anyways, Max, dude, really appreciate this. Again, the weekly Hump Day Report. This is gonna be awesome.
Dude, yeah. And we usually start off with a tangent or a sidebar, and then
Yep. This was a good one though.
go
This
from
was
there,
this was over an hour of tangent before we even touched Hump Day Report.
and the Hump Day report was like what, 10 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it really wasn't that much of a big update other than I'm waiting for UI. Once I got my UI, we're good.
Yep.
But outside of that, let's talk about power lines and how they affect you.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm assuming with TVL down, I'm assuming, does that mean prices down on Nipex right now?
Yeah, I mean, there's price down, and I'm not too concerned about it because
like dips.
we're pretty much, we're all going to be migrating liquidity. So for right now, I'm not too concerned about it. If you pull, great. If you don't, not a big deal. You add more, don't worry. We're going to have the programs there so you can vampire it over, even though we're not going to have the vampire code. Wink, wink. I know how to do that. Swap 1-for-1 liquidity. So I'm not too worried about it, if that makes any sense.
Mm.
Because I would rather have a contract where you're paying 0.03 Phantom for, adding liquidity or swapping instead of 0.35.
Yeah.
And, Golden and I talked about it. There was probably a contract that was loaded with not enough runs or the improper amount of runs. And you know how it goes. You click on, claim 5 or 6 times. Everybody does that. What's your run count at? It's almost infinity. So what do you do next? You know what I mean?
Mm.
So
Yeah. Well, I like dips. Dips are always nice.
yeah. And
Is
here's
it?
the
I guess
thing. Worst case scenario.
should we wait to be buying until liquidity's moved over, or no? I mean, not
I'm
financial
right now,
advice, obviously, but
I'm not worried about it because if I'm gonna like make liquidity move over, you guys will know about it because I'll announce it on a Wednesday, have a free for all for a week where you guys can do it, and then after that it's like, well, we kind of rugged our 3 bullshit coins on our old platform. Here's the new platform.
right.
So yeah, when you see liquidity drop to 0 on the site, that's when you know we're not rugged. We switched the contract set.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, Max, once again, thanks, brother.
Brother, it's always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, we'll get another one of these going scheduled next week. This will be weekly.
Sounds good.
And now we in audio only format too. So
Ooh.
that's the exciting part.
We could change this up. We can go on Twitter once or twice, and we can make one of these.
Oh,
You want to do a Twitter one?
she's on Twitter. She's streaming to Twitter
Ooh.
right now. Been streaming to Twitter, but yeah, I just started a podcast up on. I found a website called Buzzsprout.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes it a little bit easy for me to get kind of episodes uploaded, and then it just takes the audio from it, kind of turns it into a little podcast for me. So I think I got maybe 5 uploaded so far. Once I get a decent little directory, I'm gonna start getting them over to, Apple, Stitcher, Spotify,
iTunes. I
iTunes.
was on iTunes once. I was on Stitcher.
Yep. So I'd like to.
I know the bracket. Don't worry.
I don't exactly
I believe in you.
know how that stuff works yet, but yeah, we'll get it over there. Cause then
RSS feed, and don't worry, I'll show you how to do one really easily.
sweet. Cause yeah, I think
Rush has a question for you there. When can we hang out?
Rush. We can hang out tomorrow if you want. I got my this week. My Jeep's been on the fucking shop, so I'm off this week. I literally cleared up my schedule. People have been sleeping.
The Jeep is still down?
It's done. It's done. Mechanic got back to me and said, "Nope, probably not worth putting the money into it." So I'm currently vehicle shopping.
Oh,
and
so
that's
like stick a fork in the electrical outlet. Done.
I don't think so. Like, it's more so just too expensive for where it's at right now and like what I need it to do.
Okay, and then tag on an extra 65% because of American inflation.
Right.
But isn't there like an inflation deflation thing you guys got? Like, I know maple syrup is dirt cheap. Like, can you trade a moose antlers? And I'm joking, right? You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Can you give a couple gallons of black market? Like, hold up. Do you want American maple syrup, the expensive shit?
Bro, we got some polar bear skin that'll be going for good chunks as
I'd like to get a partial NFT of that. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I actually I'm thinking about. I hate it's winter time, so it won't be happening this winter. But next summer when I'm up at the trailer, our trailer is kind of towards some of the reserves, like the native reserves. I'd really like to get I'd like to work with one of the reserves and try to get a project out of one of these reserves, because we've had a lot of shit with Canada and the natives and fucking oh god, it was like in the news last year. All these like camps that we were killing kids in and shit like that. So the native population obviously is it's a bit of a division in Canada right now. Yeah, and the reserves have been like the big thing about them is that economically outcasted, essentially. That's basically how we kind of hurt the native population. So obviously, to me, crypto feels like the opposite of economic outcast. It's kind of all about inclusivity. So, and I think we all can agree that, like, I'm sure everybody's seen native art. Like,
Yeah.
it's incredible. Yeah, I think it would be super beneficial to some of these reserves to be, getting their culture out there. Because that's a lot of it too, right? There's like the idea that a lot of people are so upset. A lot of the division in today's society is caused by like this idea of people feeling like they don't understand their history and their culture. Think of like African Americans, like that's a lot of the talk about when it comes to slavery. It's that, like, the idea of you growing up as a kid not knowing kind of any of your family history or bloodline, like where your family's actually from. Yeah, I guess like there would be some generational potential problems that would cause at the very base layer. So I think it's, crypto feels like a great chance to change that.
Yeah. And, there's the thing. Like, I think crypto is the great equalizer, and I think that's what scares people.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really think about it, it is a great equalizer.
Yeah.
Because it takes a person like me completely out of a cubicle, where I could be in a cubicle getting whipped with a rod and a cane. I'm Irish, so I'm used to getting whipped.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I pay extra for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm now on my own, doing what I do best.
Yeah.
Oh, I got another update for the DAO. The paint swap collection is now up.
For
the adult DAO.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What you guys got artwork coming out of there already?
Got golden, I guess. It's been like pulling some strings on the back end, man. I don't know. Like I said, I've been kind of out of the equation for the
Have
past
you
2
not
weeks.
heard about new artwork coming out of the DAO? I just thought we had tidbits going on.
Dude, we have more DAOs in the blockchain than there are users. I swear to God, there's like 3 DAOs per user. So, I see DAO, I'm like, okay, that's great.
Oh, add no son. I see you in the chat here. Do we need more knights? Yes, sir, we do.
Oh, yes. Give me the link for that, because I have a few knights just sitting around doing
Oh
nothing.
my gosh, do you? Really? Fuck yeah. We about to fill team number 3 then. Alright, let's get this link.
Because I got 3. I know the 3 right off the bat.
Okay, so that's good. Because I think we probably need about, maybe 4 or 5 on team 3, and that should fill it. Because each knight is about between 50 and 65,000. So we're 300,000 off of the power cap on team 3.
I don't remember exactly what I have, but we'll see what we got.
Yeah, let me get this link up in here. So
Oh yeah, man, I'm doing my proof of work on the difficulty. I'm just watching blocks fly on my testing of that max flow chain. I forgot how good I actually wrote this shit, man. That ain't bad.
Okay, so add Newsom. What's going to happen is you hit the link. You're on website, Connect Wallet. We're gonna go down to war. Hit enter. You're gonna enter war management. It'll show your Fantom Knights. You'll see war controls. You have to enroll your knights into war. Once you enroll them into war, then you should be able to click something to get a little page that comes up that says like create a team or join a team. Then once you're in join a team, it'll say my team in teams. So go to teams, scroll down. We're kind of a few rows up from the bottom. Well, yeah, the rabbit hole 3.
All right, so I go to war, right? I hit enter, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll sign. Whatever.
So you should have this like stats and war controls.
Yeah. Leadership mode.
Yeah.
Should I go with frenzy?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to do there, to be honest.
My power level.
I was looking at
My
it and
power level is literally 244k.
nice. So you could
So
almost fill. Oh, actually, that's perfect. Because
I got 2 legendaries. Come on, man.
Sick. Yeah, stick him in team 3, and then I
Okay,
think we'll only
I'm
need
looking for team
one
3.
more.
Status not enrolled. Race boost. What's burnt?
Oh, I don't know what burnt
Oh.
is.
Yeah, we're going burnt. Okay, status. Team management. You are not a part of a team. Teams. All right. We're going to 3. Where you at?
Yeah, it's maybe like 4 or 5 rows up from the bottom.
Rabbit hole 3, right?
Oh wow, Big Cat. They're on team 3 now too. Those motherfuckers.
Bro, I'm about to double your rabbit hole 3. Let's see. Requested.
Okay, that one's gonna be on Mace.
Dude, I'm about to add like 15% to your base power level.
Yeah, that's perfect because the cap is a 1.5. So
Okay.
we've filled team 1. Filled team 2. I've got. We're probably 1 night over the power cap. So we got 1 night that could probably move off of team 2. Now you're with yours. You said you got 240,000.
My base power level is 174,504. My power level is 250.
Okay, so 250. We'll call it 250. Yeah. So then we only need 1 more night after yours to fill team 3, and then
Yeah, because I put 1850, 1851, 1852, which one of my power levels is 61k. I got a 61k, a 58k, and a 54k just sitting there. I told you I got some heavy hitters. Man.
Newsom. Okay, sorry, I'm missing this. Ad Newsom says, "What do we get? A cut of the FTM?" Yeah, the idea is we're gonna split the whole fucking thing.
I don't care, man. Mine can go to strippers and cocaine.
So the idea is
Somebody's got to go to college.
I know. See, the only issue is Fantom Knights. So there's gonna be a bit of an honesty, trust aspect to this because Fantom Knights, the program is actually set up beautifully that it will disperse winnings, kind of properly within the team that wins.
Yeah.
So if you have 5 nights, you'll obviously get 5 times more than somebody with 1 night.
Yeah.
But because we have 3 rabbit hole teams, yeah, everybody's gonna get dispersed. Fun, like I don't have any of my nights on number 2 or number 3, so there is gonna be a trust aspect within the rabbit hole and our members to basically if one of our teams does win, that we disperse those funds to the other teams as well. Because now we got some competition.
I don't care.
Originally, so I first learned about it when Big Cat. I first learned about war because Big Cat Club. I seen somebody was like, "Yo, we're putting this team together," and I was like, "Oh shit, that's cool." And then it was like, "Oh well, I should probably try to put a team together. So then it was like, all right, we're gonna try to be the most powerful team. We're gonna try to flex on Big Cat. We reached that status of passing Big Cat, but then the fucking Tomb guys came out of nowhere. They got a team. I don't know if you've seen this, but they got
86 of
yeah,
5 million.
Yeah. So we weren't gonna get to that level. So we ain't gonna flex on anybody. We'll let them have that flex. But we're gonna be smart about this. You know, we rabbit holders. We smart. So we've divided up into 3 teams. We're playing the power cap level. Now we've divided into 3. But I see Big Cat has Fantom Ecologist has filled his team. It's pretty awesome, dude. Rival Zone, they've got their team going.
Oh, Phantom Shiba decided to make one. Ooh, this could be fun. If we can take out Phantom Shiba first. Let's take out all the low-level guys.
Yeah. Wow, so yeah, Big Cat Club, they filled Team 3 and Team 1. They just haven't filled Team 2 yet. This is a battle. This is a good one. This is going to be a lot of fun. And the prize is fucking... Well, I don't know what the prize is based on the way they write that. I'm not sure if it's $5,000 worth of FTM or if it's $5,000 or 5,000
FTM.
See, to me, that says $5,000 worth of FTM.
To me, it says prize pool.
Yeah.
Wizard bunny.
Yeah. But yeah, this would be a cool event to keep kind of fucking around with. I hope that other projects have this shit going on because this is again stuff that I'd like to be filling that time that we were talking about earlier with, is organizing these little events and shit. Organizing teams for different projects to do this kind of stuff. Add some fun, and even just with that, just having with the rabbit hole, having jumped in and us having some fun with it, like. Fantom Ecologist has jumped in, put a team in, and now that he's in, now there's got to be, I think, 15 teams added today.
Oh, I got an extra 6,000 for the race boost.
Yeah, I got to dive into that stuff more.
No, I added anything that would make my numbers bigger.
Yeah.
I'm going with the big PP.
Yeah. Love it.
I know it's going to burn me in the end, but who
risk
cares?
it for the biscuit.
Yeah.
All right, so
dude, we got 2 people still on the chat.
We'll make sure
we haven't knocked those 2 out yet. It's like Survivor.
I know.
Who's gonna win? Do we get to vote on them? Do we get to vote who the survivor is, or is it the people that already left get to vote?
Yeah.
We will podcast until 2 people are left. We will announce the 2 names, and you will tell us who the survivor is.
Well, these 2 definitely win an NFT for hanging around this long. So, if you guys want to reach out, DM me wallet addresses. I'll get you guys a prize for hanging around this long. You won the game of Survivor.
Prizes. Did you get your auto colors?
Yeah, I did.
2-for-1 special.
I did
on Black Friday,
bro.
or Cyber Monday, whatever it was.
I got a fucking sick one in that little deal.
I haven't looked at any of them, right? I talked to their devs, and I go, yeah, this is my dev wallet. They go, what? I go, dude, you can track transactions. I go, this is my main wallet, this is my dev wallet. And he goes, okay. He goes, so what projects are you on? And I tell him, he goes, oh, so you crank. I go, yeah, dude, everybody that wants an NFT project basically asked me to go do the NFT part of it.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, okay. Cool. I go, yeah. Welcome to my world, man.
I really like Booney. You talked to Booney Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like him.
I talked to their main account. He's like, yeah, we'll send them on the end of Monday.
Nice. Yeah, I really like Booney Boy. Yeah, because I bought 10. As soon as I seen that announcement, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I like the incentive of buy one and give one, give one. It's kind of an interesting incentive. So I bought 10 for the rabbit hole. Well, I bought 10 for me, and then to receive 10 to give away to the rabbit hole. But I got
that's
one of those
bought
giveaway
5.
ones are getting rearranged and put in my wallet because
Well, I bought 5, right? So I can give away 5.
Nice.
I think what I'm
Nice.
going to do is I'm going to look at all 10, figure out what 2 I want, and just keep 2, and then give away 8. Because that's usually what I do, man. I think I'm going to throw some Peppy Nights in for giveaways
Nice.
for future projects. And I think I don't know if I want to, but I think I may start dropping some Fantom on. Some nice powered up health in the double digits. You know, those are more valuable.
Yeah. That's a good one. Have you been journeying any of your Phantomons?
Yeah, I got Journey on 2 or 3 on them.
Nice. Yeah, add news from you, right? I do have to get into Army Citadels. I've been kind of sleeping on it.
I just got to Florida already winning shit. Is ad nauseum in Miami?
Oh, he's been journeying quite a few. Nice.
Oh, he's in Jacksonville. Yeah. We forget about Jacksonville this first. I'm in Tampa, man.
I've been to Tampa.
I'm in the middle.
I've been to Tampa and I've been to Miami. I've not been to Jacksonville. My funny story about Miami is that I think it was my first day there, staying in a hotel. Maybe 10 floors up. The hotel was in a weird spot. It's like right beside this crazy ass highway. And the highway.
That would be A1A. For anybody that's listening.
Yeah, it's got like a.
So that's basically ET power because he doesn't understand the roads out here.
Yeah.
Ad nauseum does it.
And just got to watch an awesome fucking car chase happen from the hotel balcony, just along the highway the whole time. It was great. There had to be 20 fucking cop cars chasing this like white Charger. And I was like, oh, okay, this is Miami. Fuck yeah, we here. Weather's hot, shit cuts down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, Max, I'm tapping out.
I'm sorry, man. I was enjoying the voice chat there. I was like completely in my zone. You were talking there, and I said, "Mm-hmm." My bad, man.
Nope, it's all good.
We're both at zombie.
Yeah.
We'll call this round a draw then. All right.
Alrighty, sir. Till next week. Yeah, I guess we'll have a conversation again soon. I do want to talk to you more
absolutely.
about kind of this DAO idea. I want to get your kind of thoughts on it as well. Just brainstorm a little bit.
But I do want to hear your thoughts. Do I sound better with this microphone setup?
Oh, it sounds great. You sound professional, sir.
Oh, wait, hold up.
You don't sound like a podcaster again.
Let me up the bass, and I will sit back and do the Howard Stern.
That sounds awesome. I gotta fuck around with this microphone. I definitely gotta get. I gotta get the new chair. Gotta get the boom working. I gotta learn from you and get the nice setup. But
yeah,
anyways,
I think I need to put a coaster or something down. Like this desk, I don't care if it like keeps or not now, because I'm like, I'm drilling holes into it. So that should tell you like I don't care if I keep the desk or not. But because I spin my boom around, I actually got a circular track mark right now where the boom hole is. So I'm like, probably need to fix that.
to be honest, I probably should invest in one of those elevator desks. You know, the ones that where you can sit down and also.
Yeah. They got one that's actually a right angle desk, right? That the entire desk goes up and down.
Yeah, that's
or the draft area. You know what I'm saying? Where you got a drafting area. Those are nice too.
Yeah, because I would like to. I mean, if I'm gonna get into this shit, yeah, the idea of sitting down for all these hours probably not the greatest idea.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna have to figure out some new habits and how to schedule myself. Because the idea of potentially getting 11 hours a day back of my life is a little bit weird.
Yeah. Now imagine that for how many years? Because you're how old?
Yeah, 28.
Okay, no, subtract 65 from 28. That's more than 5, right?
Yeah.
It's more than 5 years.
Yeah.
Imagine that. 11 hours a day, 5 days a week for 5 years.
Yeah.
Now multiply that by 5 again because it's more like 25 years.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
If you do that, if you multiply it with weird numbers like that, you'll be like, yeah, so 5 years of me working is this amount of time. But if I multiply that by 5 again, why am I not in crypto full time?
Right. You right. You right, sir. Well, appreciate the conversation.
All right, bro.
Yeah, man. Take it easy, guys. Like I said, Ad Newsom and ET Power. I see Ad Newsom in the DMs. ET Power get in the DMs.
I think it's ad nauseum.
Oh, that makes sense. Ad nauseum.
Yeah.
That fucking a doink.
No, it's a word that I use a lot. Ad nauseum.
Yeah.
Verbal puke.
Love it. All right, guys. Ciao, ciao.